Hello YouTube. I'm back with an update on the festae and their new tank. I don't think I've posted a video of this tank yet, so uh, if I haven't, then this will be the first. I actually forget if I have or not, but anyway, this is the festae's new tank, and I just put that piece of driftwood in literally minutes ago. Sorry about my voice. Yeah, so basically I've upgraded my small festae's fish tank to this tank here. They are currently swimming across the back wall. They're very little and hard to see, but yeah, they're there. We'll get a close-up on them soon. But yeah, I've upgraded from a 3 foot by, I think, 18 by 15 to this tank, which is this one's a 5 foot long by 2.5 foot deep by 2 foot front to back. So it's around, I think, somewhere around a 600 litre range sort of volume compared to the small tank that they were in. I don't have this tank completely full yet. These fish are really small still, so I don't see the need. As they get bigger, I'll fill up the tank. But right now, it's probably 45 centimetres deep easily, if not more, and that's more than adequate for fish that are only 2.5 inches long, if they're lucky. What can I say? I put this tank on this stand and I painted the back of the tank blue. I just find that easier than sticking pictures to things, which, you know, sometimes don't sit on the glass very well and they don't end up looking that good. I know ways to make them stick there, but, you know, it's a lot of mucking around with tape, and you can use cooking oil and paste the back of the tank with some sort of an oil, and that'll help the picture stick to the back of the glass. But for me, I'm just happy to paint it. It is a blue. It's a nice blue as well, but because this tank's got a very dull light on it, you can't see the blue very well. In fact, the footage doesn't even look very good at all. I can see through my camera. There's the little dudes. There they are. They're probably a bit funny and a bit scared about swimming past the driftwood because, as I said, I've just added it to the tank. I don't think they've seen a piece of driftwood in their whole lives. Possibly when they were spawned, but I wouldn't know. They're hanging around in the corners lately, the fish. They're sort of doing a bit of digging and carrying on. I don't know if that's... I don't want to say it's spawning behaviour because they're nowhere near big enough to even think about spawning yet, but they do dig a bit, the festae, which I'd say is quite normal for festae, I'd imagine. What can we say? I also added a pleco to this tank, a gold spot pleco, because I've found that with the two festae in this size tank, or any tank for that matter, they're very shy, and I'm trying to get them out and you know, not hiding all the time, and I want them to not be scared when people come in the room, and when I go to feed them I want them to come out and eat the food. So I realised that, you know, sometimes it's better to have more fish in the tank when they're little like this, so they aren't so afraid. But yeah, I might add a couple of silver dollars or something in the future, but at this stage I've just got the two festae and I've bought a gold spot pleco. Let's see if we can have a look at the gold spot pleco, which is here. I'm not sure how clear that footage is. That's the little gold spot pleco. He's not very big either. He's got some uneaten I'm so sorry. He has some uneaten alfie wafers. Algae, I'll get it right. Algae wafers there in the substrate. He hasn't even eaten them, so we won't feed him anything else until he at least looks at them. But yeah, what can I say here? We've just got that filter going there. The reason I don't have the filters in the corners like that is because the fish try to hide behind them and you don't see the fish. So I'm learning with the little fish that are scared, if I leave things out from the glass, away from the glass, they can't really, well, they can hide, but they don't tend to hide behind things as much. Same with that little filter, it's several inches off the back glass. It doesn't look like it, but it is. The driftwood, I bought that mostly for the pleco. We all know catfish like their driftwood to chew on and munch on and hide in and whatnot. So just some cheap nasty plastic plants just so the tank's not so boring. There's the little dudes down there, a couple of thermometers. It's really hot here at the moment. I've actually had to try and cool the tank down, so I've cracked the lids open, completely unplugged my heater, and I even went as far as putting a reflective piece of material on the back of the tank to try and keep some heat out from the garage door, because as you can see, my tank is in a garage, directly near a garage door, which in the mornings where I live is directly affected by the sun. Hence the garage gets very hot here in Queensland, Australia, and it's in the middle of summer right now, so it's bloody hot. We're having 34-degree days one after the next, and the old fish tank's getting up to nearly 30 degrees by itself. It's getting too hot, so I'm starting to think I've got to really try and get this water back down to about 26 or 7 would be preferable. Seems to me the fish don't like to eat when it gets hot too, just like I know I don't myself. And that's another reason I'm trying to get the temperature back down so the fish start eating. What else can I say? I just painted a little cabinet there with some fish stuff on it. It's still a mess. Everything's still a mess in here. I've got crap under the stand there, and I painted that up to put things on next to the fish tank. Painted the stand a similar, the same green as the cupboard, and the inside of the cupboard there's the same blue as what's on the back of the fish tank, although you can't tell it's that blue at the moment because the light's on it. I do have an LED light for this tank, but I've found that the little festae do not like bright light. They're shy, and I think it just scares them. So, as they get bigger and more confident, I might start using the LED light. But for now, I've just got a bedside lamp pointed in a way that doesn't create too much light, and the fish seem fine with that. I will be adding a canister filter to this tank in the future as well. As the fish get bigger, I will, as I said, fill up the tank more, add a canister filter, probably replace some of the things in the tank with larger items, like a larger piece of driftwood in the future. I'm sure the plastic plants will get ripped up and destroyed in the future, and so I'll probably, get something a bit more robust in there. I don't want to fill up the tank with too much clutter. I want the fish to grow big. I want to be able to see them, and I don't want them to be shy and hiding away all the time. And I know festae do, but if I have a few full-grown silver dollars in there with it, perhaps that'll help. That's the hope anyway. Anyway, I'm rambling on here. Very sorry about that. Very hard to get any decent footage of these little dudes today. They're very shy. There's one, and the other one's head sticking out behind that little filter, so I'm afraid there's not a lot to see in the way of the fish, and you're not missing much, as you know. They're babies anyway. I still don't know what sex they are. Oh, pleco doesn't move. It moves, but not very often. As anyone with plecos know, they tend to sit still a lot. He's a cute little fella. Yeah, but anyway. Alright, well, that's just a quick update on the tank and where we're at. It's not an ideal video, but I do this for myself as well, so I can just keep an idea on what's going on with my own fish, and look back in time to come and see the progress of them and the tanks and what I get up to. Yes, it sort of almost looks like an empty tank, doesn't it? Because the fish in there are that small, but big tank, not huge, but pretty big. Should be big enough to grow a festae out to a decent size, I'd say. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, and sorry about the really crappy quality of this video, but I appreciate anyone who's watching and might be interested. Okay, thanks so much. Okay, bye bye.